what else to, you know.
We are live. How you doing, Jim?
It says that StreamYard has lost access to your Facebook account.
Man, that
Click here to
sucks.
reconnect to your. That's okay. Maybe it'll be something easy. You never know.
It
Yay!
usually
I got the green check mark. Oh my God! Thank you, Jesus. Here we go. Yay! We are live. Oh, now everybody like the false alarm, so and who gives a crap, man? We're here.
Yeah,
Yay! We're here. Yay, somebody's here. Facebook user says good morning team. So, I mean, make my
that's good.
day.
There we
That's
go.
awesome. So, to recap, Stu got a new paddle because one of his groups of guys made it through Buds. That's awesome.
Yep.
And so we're always excited by that. I'm over the China virus. I got a little cough, but I think that's just dry air and stuff. I'm
Yep.
back on my workout stuff, and it taking 2 months off of being old and fat. It's hard to come back from, but I'm getting there. So yeah, things are good, Stu. I've been gone for a while, in case you didn't notice.
I know we missed you,
I
Jim.
was
We
I
we
was
really
on
did.
vacay.
Yeah, but you know what I like when you're on vacation?
You don't have to deal with my smart aleck attitude and piss poor mouth.
No, that is not the case. I actually enjoy pinging you with things that I am doing.
Oh yeah.
And I completely interrupt your vacation
Nah.
with work related ideas. But what I'm doing, Jim, is I'm planting a seed.
I know what you're doing.
You know what I'm doing, and
How long have you and I been hanging out now? It's coming up on 10 years, I think.
yeah, it's
It's
close
it's
to it.
getting there.
It's close to it.
Yeah.
So I figure you have this time while you're on vacation. You're always a thinking man. So why not plant some seeds for you? So what I want to do today for the Jim and Stu show
Uh-huh.
is have a new segment. Is every time you go on vacation or we miss a week,
Uh-huh.
right? We're gonna have a segment called Epiphanies with Jim.
Ah, okay.
So you always have good ideas and thoughts, after your vacation. So just wanted to share the wisdom of what you came up with, whether that is personal, professional, physical, emotional, whatever.
Holy
The
crap.
epiphanies that you've had. Let's share them and let's try to make people better.
Okay, so couple things. I'll go over here to the board because I can't think without my board. So a couple things, when I went to Aruba, I was still getting over the China virus, not feeling good, and not gonna digress into the Stu Smith thing, the Stu Smith quote of when did the communists become our friends, despite you know issues with things flying through the sky. I'll just leave that alone. Okay, I'm just gonna leave balloons out of it.
Yep.
But when I went, I was feeling like crap. I mean, I really felt bad. And so when we rolled up, and being in good physical shape has been a part of my identity for a long time now. And when I got to Aruba, normally when I'm in Aruba, it's like my whole life revolves around my workout in the morning. And it always has. They got a cool gym there. And, just that's what I do. I go to the gym and work out, run, do my thing. Terry goes to the casino. And so I'm not in shape to do that. So I was in kind of a pity pot mode. And we got there on Sunday. So Sunday's usually a rest day. And then Monday, I'm like, okay, I can be a little. I was going to say I could be a little bitch about it, but I'm not going to say that. I could be a little whiny baby about it. Or what I can do is just go do what I can do.
Best
And
way to do it.
so I got out on the beach road and I said, okay, all I'm going to do is just walk. I'm going to walk for half an hour. And my lungs were feeling like crap, had been for, 6, 8 weeks. And so I said, all I'm going to do is do box breathing. I'm going to try and like stretch out my lungs. I don't know why I thought to do that,
Great
but I'm
idea.
like, I'm going to do box breathing and just stretch out my lungs. So the first quarter mile, it was like torture. And then the next quarter mile, I noticed that things were starting to loosen up. My rib cage was just, everything was starting to loosen up. And I ended up walking, like 40 minutes. And at the end, I felt pretty good. I mean, I was sore and, but I was breathing better. So I set a goal. I said, I don't know how I'm going to do it or if I can do it, but I'm going to do this by next Saturday. So, a week and a half later, I'm going to run 3 miles. And I told Terry, and she's like, oh, honey, don't overdo it. Your buddies don't want you to hurt yourself. People that love you, like, oh, you want to take it easy. You've been sick and blah, 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 blah. I said, nope, I'm going to do it. So I just made the commitment of every day to go a little bit further, do a little jogging, do the thing. And, I jogged and then I'd walk and then I'd jog and then I'd walk. And then I was doing my little Stu Smith push-ups and, all that stuff. Long story short, every single day I tried to go a little further. Every single day I tried to do a little bit more. Then I'd stretch and do all that stuff. And I did not run 3 miles on Saturday. I ended up running almost 3.5 miles on Friday because I played a little trick on myself. I'd been thinking about and dreading Saturday. Oh crap. And then when Friday rolled around, I was like, hey, why don't you just see if you can run 3 miles today? You got nothing to lose. And so I ran 3.5 miles.
Nice.
And so my point on that one is a lot of times, especially if we've suffered a setback, we tend to think about how much we've lost and how hard it's going to be to get back to the level where we were. And if you focus on that, you'll never take that first step. But if you just focus on what you can do today to get started, to build momentum, and it's like you always say, let today be the first day, not the day you look back on a year from now and say, I wish I'd gotten started. Today's the day I'm restarting. I mean, I do it all the time.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait for January 1st.
No.
And so that was a big thing. And I mean, I just felt better every day. And so that was the one big thing, big lesson relearned. Okay, no matter what, you can start building momentum. Now I'm, kind of like got in second gear. Yesterday I ran a bunch and, around here, and it's nice because around here, I don't have all these young people like passing me when I'm running on the beach road, slaloming people and strollers and bicyclists and everybody else. It's like, hey, I'm the coolest cat in the neighborhood. I'm the fastest guy on the street right now because ain't nobody else out here. So anyway, that was a big one. Another one was because I'd lost all that time from being sick, and with what we're doing with copyingcontent.ai and the big launch that we have coming up, I knew that and basically being forced to sit there on my butt for weeks and not be able to do anything, I wasn't going to be able to go to Aruba for 2 weeks and not do anything. Normally when I go, I'm reading books and writing in my idea journal. I'm like, no, I got stuff I got to get done. Normally that would have pissed me off and made me feel cheated. And Terry was like, I don't want you working the whole time. I'm like, what the hell do you care? You can be in the casino the whole time, which is what happened. We never went to the beach once. All right. She was in various casinos the whole time. But what I looked at it, I changed my perspective. I changed the way I was looking at what I was doing. I never once said, I got to go do work on my computer. What I said was, I got to go do some experiments. I got to go play with some stuff. And I got excited about the things I was going to learn and the things I was going to figure out and the genies dude, you should see some of the genies that I made while we were in Aruba.
Nice.
I mean, they're insanely cool. Like even I'm like, yeah, look what I did. But by having that attitude, I was energized by what was happening. I was sharing with Terry what was going on and what I was doing. And she didn't do the normal wife stuff of you're working and not spending time with me to, hey, I can go to the casino and do this, and you can go, experiment and do your thing. So I found the Juan Valdez thing, which is a poor substitute for Starbucks, sorry, but good enough to get myself a little half calf. And then I'd do about 3 or 4 hours of stuff. And then I'd go hang out with her the rest of the day. We had a great time together. But by reframing it from, oh, I have to work and everybody else is here having fun, to, hey, I'm sitting here having fun on my computer and doing my thing, it made my attitude dictated the experience that I had. And by consciously choosing the attitude I was going to have and how I was going to interpret it, made it actually not a bad thing, but made it an enhancement thing, if that makes sense.
You want to hear an even better attitude mindset adjustment?
Sure.
I don't have to go to work. I get to go to work.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just that little thing right there. Cause I remember once it was like 16 degrees here one day. And we were going to go do a workout, and we wound up running outside just a little bit. Then we went back inside, which I was very grateful that there was an indoor facility that would take us.
Yeah.
And, but when we started running, I was like, I don't have to be here. Right. I get to be here. And it completely changed the entire group's mindset on that. And we're like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
We could be sick or injured and could not be able to do any of this stuff. So anyway, it's a really easy English way to change your mindset.
Yeah.
You don't get to.
Yeah. So if you don't speak English, apparently this won't work for you. So I'll give you something along those lines, which you'll appreciate. So Susan and I went to a Go Ruck event, and they were beating the crap out of us. And everybody just had a really shit attitude. And the cadre guy says, oh, hey, by the way, remember, you paid to have the opportunity to do this. It's like, crap, yes, we paid to do this. So we're supposed to be having a great experience. So, but
It's
when
fun.
he said that, it changed the whole, I mean, we started laughing, and as soon as we started laughing, everything changed, and it was fun,
That's all it takes.
So, and that, one of the other things when I started running again was the vast majority of the time, anything that you're going through is 110% a mental game.
Oh, yeah.
Because when I'm, like, oh, this sucks, I'm gonna have to stop, I'm gonna have to walk. It's like, no, you actually don't need to stop and walk. This is all a 100% mental game. You're tired because you're saying you're tired. You're not actually tired. You can run further, you can work harder, you can do more, you can think, you can do 100 times more than you're allowing yourself to do if you stop walking. So, and then I would cuss at myself and I'd keep running. So, I mean, that was another thing. It's all mental.
Oh, yeah.
Everything is mental. Everything is mental. How you choose to interpret it, how you choose to react to it, how you choose to do everything. Except if you get the China virus, you should be really pissed off at the people at the Wuhan lab for doing that. We're going to get canceled now. Oh, well, screw it. If you don't agree with me, you're not watching this anyway.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
Nancy gets so pissed when I do stuff like, you're going to ruin the social media following. I worked so hard to do all this. It is what it is. So do we have any questions or thoughts?
Well, how about your, you said you came up with some good ideas for wizards and genies. So
no. I didn't come up with good ideas. I came up and actually programmed actual genies.
Even better.
They're done.
So tell me, what was the guiding epiphany that said, I'm going to write a genie while I'm on vacation?
Oh, I didn't just write one. I did like 15.
Well, same process. What was the epiphany that pushed you into that direction?
Um,
Because it must have
knowing-
been somewhat exciting.
Sure. Well, knowing that
Yeah.
I got to have genies, a bunch more genies ready before we do the big launch. I mean, that was what drove me. But I'll tell you what. Okay, here's the thing that y'all need to understand, and this is important. All right. You out here, you got Chat GPT. All right. Everybody's talking about Chat GPT. You can't look at Google News without seeing everything about Chat GPT. Everybody's like, they're talking about it on the 5 and, you know, just everywhere they're talking about Chat GPT and all this stuff. Here's the thing. You can go use Chat GPT right now and have it start making stuff for you. The quality of your output is 100% dependent on the quality of your input. Knowing my customer, my avatar, okay, here's some things I know about my customer, my avatar. They want to get results. They want to focus on their own business. They do not want to take a lot of time to figure out what to tell ChatGPT to give them something. What they want is a result. And so what I do is I ask this question: how can I help my avatar get the results they want fast? And how can I make it super cool in the process? That's what guides everything that I'm doing when it comes to this AI stuff. Everything I'm doing is guided by that. By that idea of, okay, yeah, you go to ChatGPT and figure out how to do this. Because quite frankly, I mean, I've never revealed this before. One of the things that we're plugged into, along with our own software and our own AI model that I paid a whole bunch of money to create, is we are plugged into the exact same backend as ChatGPT. The exact same backend through OpenAI. Okay, plugged in the exact same backend. So if we're plugged into the exact back end, what's going to make us different than ChatGPT? What makes a genie different than a chat robot, a chatbot, or an AI robot? All right. And it's the quality of the bridge. It's the quality of the prompts. It's the quality of the avatar. It's all that stuff coming together to create that better result.
Yeah. You've already programmed it to be useful content for your avatar.
Or copy. Or content. Yes. Yep. I've programmed it for you so you don't have to. So all you have to do is get straight on your avatar and start getting results.
Nice.
That's and give me a little feedback, guys. Does that make sense? And does that sound valuable to you? Because that's what I'm doing. That's my stock and trade. And so that's, you know, the whole time it's like, if you want to be a leader, you got to stand up front and lead. And I think about all the people that we help, and it's like I envision them over here, and it's like, come on, guys. But that old thing of, you know, don't teach what you don't know, don't lead where you don't go. I have to be the leader. I have to lead the way. I have to make it so that people can use these tools, not just be one of these people like on the Warrior Forum, or, you know, these things where they sell $10 things and all this other crap where they're just trying to cash in to make a buck quickly. I mean, that's all BS.
Yeah.
All right. This is like real business for real people stuff, not monkey business, not funny business. And so that's how I envision myself. And here's the other thing. ChatGPT, let me tell you what, they ain't going to train you.
No.
Tomorrow at 1:00 when we do our live workshop, where we come in and we all get together and everybody makes content together, and then you can come on and have Dexter and me give you feedback on your content. Ain't ChatGPT going to do that. Jasper ain't going to do that. Copy.ai ain't going to do that. Okay. So it's not just plugging into this AI stuff. It's not just plugging into this robot. It's the training, it's the programming, and it's also the experience. Because here's another reality. tell me who else out there has been teaching people how to publish online for over 20 years, who has helped tens, if not hundreds of thousands of people create their own book, who is an international best-selling author, who spent 10 years as a syndicated newspaper columnist writing for publications all over the world, who has done multiple multi-million dollar sales letters, built up lists of over hundreds of thousands of people. Who else has done that? Who else has that unique set of experience to be able to put all that together? Nobody. Who has the team like Stu, like Susan, like Nancy, like Dexter, like the other people that are coming together with us in all of this? Who has the team to do the experiments to see if the stuff really works? Nobody. There's absolutely nowhere else on earth you're going to be able to experience all of this and be able to put this AI to work in a way that builds a real business than right here with us. Yeah, I thought a little bit about that too while I was running up and down the beach.
You should, because you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
So I thought a lot about other stuff.
That's cool. Well, I can't wait to see the other the other genies. I will say this: I have had a lot of fun sending you some of my genie created content, because I have some really cool ideas that I'll share with everybody on the podcast after this.
Cool. Well, one of the things that you and I talked about that we're going to start doing, and then we'll switch over to the podcast, but we are going to, we have our Turn Content into Traffic show that we're doing. We had one scheduled today that I didn't realize and I wasn't ready for it, so we're doing it next Wednesday. But one of the things that we're also going to start doing is genie hacking, because we've figured out how to take multiple genies and use them together to create amazing results. So that's going to be another show, or alternating with the Turn Content into Traffic show, where Stu and I are going to show you the cool stuff that he figures out that I figure out, and we'll be doing some neat stuff. So that's exciting as well. You're like my power user experimenter. So
man, I've had a lot of fun with it. Jim.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
So yeah, that's kind of like my brain dump of, we haven't been here for a couple of weeks, and but that's I did a lot of thinking and a lot of doing, and the last thing I would say about epiphanies and stuff from being gone for a couple of weeks, but would be, you have to take time to think. Yeah. You have to take some time to be able to sit and think. If it's always go, 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 you're never going to be able to synthesize the results that you're getting and the things that you've been doing, and be able to see what's working, what's not working, and make changes, because all you're doing is just go, 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 go. And the way the world is working, I think that's going to be even more important, because things are moving so fast. If you don't pull off and kind of use the rest stop, think, stretch your legs, all you're going to do is just keep rolling on right on down the road, and you're not going to get great results.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, anyway, cool. Well, there you go. Well, that was fun.
Yeah. Welcome back. Welcome back, Jim.
Thank you. So shall we do thank you, Vicky. Thank you, Terry. Thank you, Monty. Thank you, C-Ray. So shall we do the podcast?
Yeah, let's do it. 186.
Skip says Elon won't send me a training video. No, he won't send you a training video. So this is podcast 186, right?
Yes.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the Sales Copywriting and Content Marketing Hacks podcast. I'm your host, Jim Edwards, along with my trusted co-host and podcast producer, Mr. Stu Smith. Welcome, Stu.
Hey, Jim.
So, Stu, this is episode 186. I don't have a cool rhyme for it. I guess I should go over and use the haiku genie to have it give me a cool haiku about episode 186.
That would be a useful tool for such a thing.
There you go.
I have not done the haiku genie yet. I gotta try that out.
Well, absolutely you do.
Yeah. Maybe I'll try to make a haiku post somewhere and put a cool picture behind it, and
Oh, snap. Well,
we'll see what happens.
yeah, okay. Well, you talk amongst yourselves and I'll do something real quick. So what do you want to talk about today?
Well, let's talk a little bit more in depth of the genies,
Okay.
right? And the use of this artificial intelligence as another tool in your backpack, right?
Okay.
And what I'm trying to do is just help people understand that you don't need to be scared of this. It's not going to take your job. In fact, it will probably employ more people than it lays off in the
Oh,
long
yeah.
run.
Absolutely.
Because there's going to be more people doing this. So, just think of it as just another tool, and none of the rules have changed, right? Your rules of doing business stay the same, but these, AI genies that you have created can be a very useful tool to just helping you come up with something that is original,
Absolutely.
that can help you with your business when you need to come up with content or come up with some type of sales copy, uh,
Or a poem,
or a poem.
which I will share with you right now, Stu.
Okay.
Okay. For the special operations candidate. I'm going to
Oh,
read you a few of these, okay? Haiku. Now I'm going to put on my best Mr. Miyagi voice, okay?
okay.
This is not cultural appropriation in any way. You ready? Okay, here's an identity-based haiku for your special operations candidates.
Huh.
Train with courage. Focus on your goals. Dream of success. It's not bad. Here's another one.
I like that.
Pain is temporary. Endure and don't give up. Triumph awaits you. Come on. That's good stuff. All right. If we had like a Spec Ops poetry contest, I'd be in the lead. Okay, here we go.
Yes, you would be.
Run with passion. Never give up the fight. Unlock your strength. Okay.
Damn.
Yeah, those are pretty good. All right.
There might be uses for haikus.
Here's one more. Push through the pain. Couch commandos be gone. Dreams are yours to claim. Come on. Now, I don't know if that did 5 syllables, 7 syllables, 5 syllables. I don't even care. Okay. That was hot.
Nah, that was cool.
All right. So just saying, there you go. That was brought to you courtesy of the Haiku Genie. Now you could go get you some cool pictures to go with those. And there's your Instagram taken care of for at least an afternoon. I don't know how many times you got to post, but I mean, that's good stuff. And since you're already a member, I feel okay just sending you these. So if you want them, I'll be happy to send them your way.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Something I have been playing around with, Jim, is the blog post genie, because I enjoy writing articles. And then I put in a lot of links to my store within that article. So it is a very useful tool for me to come up with content, post it on all the social medias, on my blog posts, send it as a newsletter to my email list. None of that has changed, but the process of coming up with this content has been a lot easier. And when I say content, it is my content. I just had AI do a little razzle dazzle, and I basically edited and added. That's how I call it: edit and add to each of the paragraphs that it puts out for me. And it has produced some really cool articles that I would like to share.
Well, I would love to have you share. Can I share a couple of thoughts right up front?
Sure.
Okay. And then I'd love to have you share. But you just brought up something that I think is really, really important that sparked a thought that I just want to share with everybody. And that is, okay, here's the typical journey that someone goes on to create content. All right. Now stay with me here because this is important. I'm going to take over the whole screen, but just for a sec, okay? Let me get over here. Just for a sec, I'm going to take over the whole screen. Or maybe not. Okay, here we go. So here you are, and you got to write some content. You're like, crap, I got to come up with some content. Well, I got to come up with an idea, all right? And then I got to sit here. What am I going to write? I mean, how am I going to write it? Well, crap, time's running out, and I need to get it done, and I'm never going to get this done. I suck. And now I guess I'll just write something, okay? And then now I got my first draft done. So that first draft getting done could take anywhere from 15 minutes to 15 days, depending on what you're trying to get done, okay? But that's, if you can't think of it in terms of a blog post, think of it in terms of your term paper from college, okay? It's like, over here, I'm drinking beers, okay? And that's the truth. I'm over here drinking beer thinking, okay, this paper's due tomorrow. I guess I better stop drinking beer and start filling out note cards. And then once you get to that first draft, then you do a rewrite, or you should. Okay, it's a little better until finally, you know what? I got this polished up and it's not too bad. The problem is if you think about the battery that's you got to use with your time, attention, energy, effort, and all that other stuff, all your time, energy, and attention is used up getting here to the first draft. So you got this little tiny bit of time, energy, attention, and all that stuff to do the part that's most important, which is that initial rewrite, edit, and then the polish pass. And the thing is, this is your money shot. This is where you make all the money, because you're doing the stuff like what Stu does, which he'll show you how he does what he does with throwing in links to other articles. He's got his calls to action. He's got his little ads, all that stuff that takes time. But if all your energy's gone from just getting to the first draft, then you're like the kid that got a D in English, is like, hey, I got something, I'll throw it in and I can pass, and at least I get to walk across the stage, okay, to graduate. So this is the old way of doing it. The new way of doing it, so would you agree, Stu, that the whole purpose is the faster we can get to this first draft, the better off we are, right?
Oh, 100%.
Right. So that's what the genies do. The genie gets you to that first draft 95% faster than jerking around with it on your own. So what does that mean? Okay, here's your whole battery. You use just that little bit, and now you got that whole battery to do these steps that really matter, which is to rewrite, edit, polish, and guess what? The last step is to distribute. That's why it's so important. That's where these AI tools, and specifically the genies, come in, because you're not spending all your time, energy, and effort getting to the first draft. You're focusing on the stuff that really matters, which is putting soul in your content and actually promoting it out to the folks that can buy, try, click, sign up. Make sense?
Oh, I love it. Don't erase that, Jim.
Oh, I won't, because this will probably be this will be the basis of an entire webinar.
It should be, because you know what that is? That is your avatar's hero's journey.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And I have the exact same lineup for my avatar, for the fitness journey. Exact same journey, just different words.
Yep. So that's the avatar's hero journey for content marketing.
Yep.
Or sales copy creation.
Sure.
Yeah. So, so there you go. What was the question?
I don't think I had a question. Did
Oh, okay. Well, then I guess I was just mentally excited to go through that little exercise.
No, I was just saying I was going to show you something, and then you went off on my addition and editing and adding.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, Stu, hey,
Yes.
now would be a great time for you to show the folks some of the things you've been doing with the genies.
Okay, so as you guys may or may not know yet, is there are several genies in there, and the ones I have been primarily focused on have been the blog post genie,
Uh-huh.
right? And it can spit out a nice,
Blog post.
500 to 800 word blog if you need it.
Sure.
And I've also been playing around with the acronym genie,
Okay.
but I've also been playing around with already acronyms I have created or that are already established and putting them into the blog post genie. And it pops out line by line, each of the letters of the acronym, what you plug it in there to do.
Okay.
And it has been so much fun playing with it. And let me show you what I've created first.
Okay.
When I do that. But this is how I did it. So let me go into, okay. So first of all, you guys can see this.
Hang on. Now they can. Yes.
Okay. So this is my hero's journey of the psychology of it. It just reminded me. I created this up on PowerPoint as well. Real easy to create. You just plug and chug all those things in there, and you got yourself a nice nice little graphic there to explain your avatar's hero's journey.
I got you. Okay. Monty says, I love the blog post genie. I also love the Q&A genie. Awesome.
Yes. Well, check out these because this is my latest articles here. So I don't know if you've ever heard of SMART, the acronym SMART for goal setting.
I have.
Okay? I didn't make it up, right? It has long been established as the go-to acronym for making goals. And it stands for specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timeline. Okay. And this, before I show you that, let me go into this and show you this. I'm going to share a different screen with you real quick.
Okay.
Because this is where I got it.
Okay.
All right. So this is the blog post genie.
Okay.
And
scroll up, so scroll up just so people can see that it is the blog post genie. Just scroll up to the top so people can see which one it is.
Yeah.
All right. So it's the blog post genie. Awesome.
Yes.
Okay.
And so what I did is I used my avatar, special operations candidate.
Uh-huh.
Right. And what I did is instead of saying this is a topic for special operations candidates, I put in this is, focus on the topic of be smart in goal setting and put in these specific letters separated by a comma, right? And has a goal of becoming a Navy SEAL, aspiring Spec Ops candidates, all that is the same.
Oh crap. So you hijacked it by not just putting in the other thing, but putting in okay, I see what you did. That's cool.
What I did? All right.
Yeah.
But watch what happens. Down here, whenever you get you hit the build button, you go into this wish number 3 and notice what it's creating specifically. It's a blog post about SMART and goal setting, specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, timeline. That's just a standard acronym that I put in there. You can use your own acronym if you want to make up one. You can use the acronym genie if you want to make up one that way. I did that, by the way. And look what it comes up with. I mean, this was non-edited version of this. So what is SMART goal setting? SMART stands for specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timeline. By breaking down your goals into these 5 components, you can ensure you're setting yourself up for success.
And it changed it a little bit. So it did measurability, attainability, realism. So it switched it up a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit, but it gives you a little paragraph to go with.
Okay.
Right. For each one of these. Right. And now I'm going to shut that down real quick. Can you guys still see that?
No. Because when you shut it down, it goes away.
It doesn't go to my next one then. Okay.
No, you gotta Yeah,
Never
that's the
mind.
one
That's
thing
all right.
about okay. That's a
That's okay.
never mind.
All right. So
Okay.
now you guys can see this. So
Uh-huh.
this is my article.
Uh-huh.
So SMART goals for Spec Ops candidates. And I played around with a few things, put in some links, right? This right here are my latest Spec Ops article or books. By the way,
Mhm.
that's a hyperlink. You can click it and boom, goes right to my store. Oh, there it goes. Sorry. Uh, and now it starts with the article itself: specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timeline. Now, one thing that I have, and if people have been a student of mine, they understand I actually hate timelines. So,
Okay.
because here's why: because a lot of people set arbitrary timelines that
Right.
have nothing to do with their performance.
Right.
Right? They're just going to say, "Hey, after I graduate high school, I'm going to go to Buds." Well, how about hitting some performance numbers before you get there? So, what I do, as I say, instead of a timeline, you set up a performance starting line. So that's how
Okay.
I play around with that one. That's really the only real edits I did to this, because there's my specific, do a cool picture in
All I'm
there.
seeing, no, I'm not seeing that. All I'm seeing, it says Stu Smith Fitness at the top. I'm not seeing anything.
Oh,
Did you switch windows again?
let me see. I don't think I did.
Nothing
Why is it?
scroll. Are you trying to scroll up and down?
Yeah. Hang
Here,
on.
try sharing that exact window again.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. Now scroll up and down.
Where are you, Jim?
I'm right here, dude.
No, no, no. Sorry. I'm not sure why it's not showing on my thing here. Let me redo this again. Damn it.
Okay.
Sorry. I was
That's okay.
running. I was going so smooth, Jim. It's going so smooth.
That's okay.
Just getting a little excited. That's all.
Well, I've got something to show you after you get done with this. I'm going to show you something pretty cool. I'm going to give you a sneak peek of a couple of the genies that I made while I was gone.
Okay.
Um, so you
All
guys
right.
want to stick
So
around for that.
this one should be it. Now I can
This
scroll.
says goal achievement is a process of preparation and progression.
Yeah. Smart is
Okay.
goal setting 101. And this is just this is the whole article. And it uses each one of these part of the acronym:
Okay.
specific, cool picture, measurable. These are like assessment tools that I have in here. These are all the fitness tests that should be part of your measurements. Another cool picture.
So that's you kind of grabbing people into your web of stewness because as you link to those, that links them to other articles within that they can just kind of get lost in the world of stew and keep seeing ads for your stuff.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. And attainable. These are not impossible goals. You can do all of these cool things. These are like recruiting posters.
Hmm.
Realistic, yes. Here's a little timeline about building, going from inspiration to mentally tough and ready to go. But here's timeline. Here's what I wanted to share with you. Finally, instead of setting a timeline for your goals, how about setting a performance starting line with a link right to that explains it. So, that's really the only thing I changed in that whole acronym. And then underneath, I have this set of like template that goes into what Stu Smith Fitness is, right? It's me. It's what I do. These are the programs I sell. These are all the books I have, and it just keeps on going down, 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 down until you get down to the coaching options and everything else. So
Damn.
yeah. So anyway,
That's awesome. That's great use.
that was just one of
That was just one of the
the
many that you did while I was gone
three
and sent
I
me.
did. I did an acronym on graduate, right? Made my own one. The acronym genie made the acronym graduate for me, and then I put it into the genie, and it popped off the first draft of my article for graduating spec ops programs, and then did another one on graduates folk. Oh, and the ida loop. I don't know if I showed you that one instead of the OODA loop.
Uh-huh.
I think maybe I showed you that one. It was um
Good stuff.
Yeah. Anyway, I got a lot. I got so much, Jim. I'm getting a little bit spun around in circles of like all the things I used it for while you were gone.
Well, there you go. Well, let me
So,
add to your let me add to your thing. So one of the things that you think about, like the word of the day and acronym and all this stuff, it's all built around a word. Well, what if you could, and everybody's worried about the definition of a word. What's the definition of this? What's the definition of that? Well, here's the thing. Definitions mean different things to different people and have different significance to other people. So what if you could create the definition for your people? In other words, not just give them a generic definition for a word, but create a definition that is specific to your people. And then use that as content, use that as blog posts. I'm going to show you an example here in a sec. But the first thing is, well, Jim, what word do I choose? So like when we use the acronym Genie and stuff, so, oh, how do I come up with a word? Well, there's only about 627,000 words in the English language. I'm not sure about other languages and stuff, but what if the Genie could help you choose words that were super appropriate? You think that would be good? All right. So I'm going to share with you a couple of things. First off, you see this? This is the word of the day suggestion Genie. You see that, Stu?
Yes.
Okay. So what if we could get specific suggestions? So we'll just load your avatar. It's just made it. Stu's like the only one that has his own avatar in here. He's like, I don't even have to load my avatar. The rest of us have to click load avatar. And it's like, okay, my ideal customers are aspiring special operation candidates. And the number one immediate result they want right now is to crush a fitness test. So what would be some words that we could use, all right, to get, and look at this. You got a whole bunch of different choices. You want some authoritative words. You want inspirational, lighthearted, persuasive. What do you want? Oh, that's a new little feature inside of the Genie you've never seen before. Look at that, right?
Tone.
We have a pre-wish thing. Yeah, for tone. Choose one. Inspirational. All right.
I like inspirational.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now we click and we're asking the Genie just to give us words that we could use in the other stuff. So determined, resilient, driven, fit, confident, prepared, disciplined, motivated, strong, committed. Not bad. I mean, those are words. Those are all good, powerful words without you having to think. We haven't used up our battery. Choose one, Stu.
I like confident.
Okay. So I'm just going to copy this and then I'm going to come over to another one. The niche word definition Genie. By the way, you can't access these yet. Nobody can. These are still in my back end. That didn't sound right. We haven't released these yet. And Susan, what are you saying? Are you talking to me or the help desk? What?
I'm talking to you. It's what Chris always says.
What?
It gets her in trouble. Up your butt and around the corner.
Oh, stop. Okay. All right. So now we're going to load your avatar, Stu. The rest of us normal mortals would have to do load avatar and load them in there. Okay. Now, what's the word you want to define for your audience? I'm just going to paste that in there. Confident. And these are aspiring special operation candidates. They want to crush a fitness test. And then give me 2 to 3 related keywords that you would want to, that would go with this crush your fit test, like increase or decrease run or faster run times, more push-ups, you know, that kind of stuff. Give me a couple, 3 words.
You know, like faster, stronger, more efficient. Or are you talking about faster run?
Yeah, like more, faster runs,
efficient
faster
swim.
runs, efficient swims, and one more.
20 pull-ups.
Maximum pull-ups.
Maximum pull-ups.
Okay, so now we're going to click build. And now look at this. Look at this. We got all kinds of neat stuff in here. Now we're just going to do a basic definition. So you choose, let's do tone. You choose a tone, I'll choose the other ones.
I just can't read them. They're a little bit too small.
How's that?
Better.
Okay. So authoritative, confident, confrontational, controversial, friendly, humorous, inspirational.
Well, let's go confident since we're already in that phrase
Okay.
anyway.
So language we'll use we'll just do concise because that's the way you talk. We'll use an active voice and we'll do American English. American English, you say? That's right. Now we're going to start adding different language outputs. Confident, having a strong belief in one's ability and qualities, resulting in a self-assured attitude. Now, that's a basic definition. Let's create a definition for our aspiring special operation candidates who want to crush a fitness test. So we'll use the same confident, concise, active. All right.
Okay.
Confident, concise, active, American. Going to have it output American. All right, here we go. Let's see what it tells us. Confident, possessing a strong belief in one's own abilities and qualities, especially when faced with adversity. For aspiring special operations candidates, having the confidence in their abilities to succeed during a fitness test is essential. They must maintain an unwavering belief that they can and will succeed regardless of any challenges they may face. Now look at that. That's there's a little Instagram post for you, right?
It is. You know what it also is? It's a great, if you have the letter C as part of your acronym.
Yes. You could create a definition for each one of those.
That's a great paragraph for,
right.
Yeah.
You can create that. And yep. Absolutely. All right. Let's do the last one where we want to focus on this, who are also focused on these keywords. All right. So let's use, just so it's fair, we'll do the same variables. So as you can see, we got thousands and thousands of stuff. All right. Confident, a feeling of self-assurance in one's abilities necessary for aspiring special operations candidates striving to achieve faster runs, efficient swims, and maximum pull-ups.
Damn.
Now, look at this. Let's use more of a conversational one, and our voice will do, let's do dramatic. And just look at the difference. Confidence is essential for aspiring special operation candidates. It gives them the courage to push themselves to the limit and strive for faster runs, efficient swims, and maximum pull-ups. With a strong sense of confidence, they're capable of unlocking their full potential and rising to the challenge. Confidence is the driving force that propels them to greatness and will be the key to their success. Come on.
Damn.
But do you see how being able to dial those in creates a completely different result?
I love it.
And you're not going to jerk around with this with ChatGPT. This is the kind of stuff that we're doing with the genies that just makes this incredibly cool. So that's just a little tip of the iceberg, a little taste, as they say.
I love it.
But could you see, you saw right there, okay, look, I could use the acronym genie, come up with an acronym, then take each one of those letters or go to the word of the day suggestion genie, find myself a word that starts with that, create a definition of each one and really dial it in. And now I got some crazy cool content really fast.
And it's really fast too.
Yes. And it's good.
It's
and you see how and again, I would encourage y'all, those of you that aren't members of copyandcontent.ai, aren't in content marketing scripts right now, transitioning to we're transitioning to content and copy.ai. Go try and do that with ChatGPT. Go see how much time it takes you, because remember the whole thing we talked about, all about saving you time, getting you a better result. That's in our tagline: better copy, better content, better results, fast. That's what copyandcontent.ai is. Not jerking around talking to some stupid chatbot. So there you go.
I tell you what's been really amazing, Jim, is I first heard of the word genie, I think right around New Year's. Right? How long have these things been out?
I don't know. Genie. Susan, when did we release our first genies and stuff? It was November. Yeah.
Well, I personally have really been playing with them since the new year, because I was in the middle of finishing that book in November, December. So I didn't even play around with it. But since the New Year's, I have been all over those, trying to figure out these genies, and they've been awesome. Just been so easy. and it's been really fun because
It's just
it's kind of what it has done. It is taking, like you said, a lot of my energy, and I'm spending it more on editing and adding critical components to that blog post.
Yep.
Versus spending a lot of my time. I still like to write articles from scratch too. It's not.
Yeah, I do
it's
too.
not like, it's not like I quit doing that.
Yeah.
It is. In fact, I did one this morning before this podcast even started.
Yeah.
But
the one that I'm running, the one that's running today in the newsletter that goes out to everybody, I 100% wrote from scratch.
yeah,
Well, the point is, I don't want people to, oh, did he write this with AI or did he write this from scratch? It doesn't matter. It's a tool. The whole point is, how fast can we get that first draft? And remember, this is where you make your money. You don't make your money getting to the first draft. Nobody made a dime getting to the first draft. Where you make the money is in the polish, the edit, the rewrite, and the putting it out there in a way that actually, and the distribution. That's where the money's from. This is an expense. This is income. This is an expense.
nice.
Okay? I'm going to write that down because that's important.
That's good.
This is an expense. This is income. Stop jerking around here and start making money.
I love
Ooh,
it.
I love that actually. That's good stuff. Cool. Well, that's all I got. Did you like your little preview you got there, Stu?
No, I love that. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's
And-
just the tip of the iceberg, my friend.
Yeah. And there's so many options, and what I want to tell people is when they get into it first time, don't get overwhelmed with 20 different options to choose from. Let's just pick one, have fun
Right.
with it, and then maybe pick another one, and then you'll start seeing how they can be related to one another, and you can use one to help the other, and next thing it makes it even faster.
Exactly. So cool. All right. Well, that was good. Stu, if people want to get in shape, where should they go?
Stu Smith Fitness.
And if you are not a member of copyandcontent.ai, you need to be. Head on over to copyandcontent.ai and jump on the early bird notification list for when we launch. So, Susan, do you have anything to add or are we good? Do I need to bring you back? She says no. Okay, cool. So we'll see y'all soon. Thanks for joining us and we'll talk to you next time. Bye, everybody.